Jason Statham, a legend. Some might say the very person that reignited the action movie scene during the 2000s and 2010s. Some people being Google, since that's what I saw when I was looking up pictures for the thumbnail. Either way, you read this title. We rank in every single Jason Statham movie, specifically the ones that he has starred in and is the main character of, because no Expendables, I ain't really gonna watch that. Same with Hobbs and Shaw, I ain't really gonna watch that either. But call the Hobbs and Shaw one Fast and the Furious fatigue, even though we haven't had a movie since 2023. Speaking of Fast and the Furious, hold on. People still look for the Fantastic Beasts movies? Either way. Bruh. Is that dropping? It's really dropping soon. So let's get the freaking ranking these movies, because you know the deal. We know what we're doing. You know what a tier list is. Let's tier list these movies. All right, I'm gonna be ranking these how I feel about them in terms of, like, you know, I'm not gonna do them in this order how I have them laid out here. So yeah, we're gonna be jumping from like movies with sequels to one-offs, movies with sequels, and so on. Okay, we're gonna be jumping back and forth. Obviously, this is my own opinion. If you're not really fucking with that, I'm sorry. Not really though. So instead of that, instead of, you know, taking my apologies that I'm not giving you, tell me what your favorite Jason Statham movie down below is, because I'd love to hear them, because obviously everyone has different opinions and I'll try to respect them. Anyways, let's go on with the Transporter series trilogy, because it's not really, you know, a whole series. Basically, these movies are honestly the ones where you can see Jason Statham evolve as an actor, but like the stories of the movies devolve as they go on. You know, it's like the Transporter, really good. Transporter 3, no. Honestly, Transporter, the first one, best movie out of all three of them, being an A tier. Transporter 2, pretty mid in comparison to the first one, C tier. And Transporter 3 was just a fucking mess, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's how I'm viewing these sequels of movies. Like, it's just at least these three had like the biggest drop off in quality, you know, at least to me anyways. So sorry, Transporter fans. Also, what is up with them dropping the in the naming sequence, right? Because like we have the Transporter and then Transporter 2. Where's the at? Hello? Anyways, off to the one-offs. We got his most recent movie, 2025, obviously. We got A Working Man. I don't know what to say besides I really like the rescue from, like, you know, trafficking movies. You know, like the Taken, right? Like Liam Neeson type of movies, okay? Maybe not Liam Neeson type of movies, but like the Taken-esque movies, you know? Really good. A Working Man, solid B tier in all honesty. I really like this movie. Probably like top B tier. We might have to, you know, move it around just a little bit in B tier anyways. 5.7 on IMDb is crazy, but I don't really give a fuck about IMDb's ratings because they're not mine. So yeah, next up is In the Name of the King, which I actually made a video on, by the way, if you didn't know. I basically am talking about like the In the Name of the King movies, and I say movies because there was more than one. I'm not gonna say anything about those, but this one was okay. It's just really interesting seeing Jason Statham, of all people, in a weird ass fantasy movie, and I think Ray Liotta's also in this fantasy movie. I'll have to check that, so don't quote me right now, but like, fact check me down below in the comments. Crazy work. Easy C tier, 100%. Just wild seeing him in a fantasy movie. I'm not gonna lie, it's going above Transporter 2. It just did something that Transporter 2 could not do. Put him in a fantasy movie. Another recent one back in 2024, The Beekeeper. The Beekeeper being one of like the few movies I've watched like before I made this tier list and before I like, you know, concocted this idea in my head of watching all these movies. We have The Beekeeper. I watched the Mechanic movies, the Meg movies, I believe also Wrath of Man. I think those were the only ones I've watched. There might be another one, but I think that's it. Either way, The Beekeeper, another C tier. It really, honestly, if you just like disregard the fact that this makes genuinely no fucking sense, it would probably be like a B tier with The Working Man. But like, again, this one's just dumb in terms of like what the hell's going on. Like, I was like reeled out so damn fast of this movie. It was ridiculous, bro. Next up is a movie that was insane. We got War. This one has Jet Li in it, bro. So already crazy. But like, on top of the fact that we got Jet Li in here, we also have the GOAT, Han, for Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. Possibly the greatest Fast and Furious movie of all time. AKA Sung Kang. I also said Sung Han, my fault. I'm not racist. I didn't have to add that part. I could have just cut it out, but I'm not cutting out. You're getting me 100%. I was gonna say some stupendously sus, bro, but it's fine. War. Oh, easily like boxing with my favorite Jason Statham movie, which is gonna be here on the list. I don't know about how soon, but like, it's gonna be here eventually. War, S tier fucking movie. Go watch the damn movie. Twist and turns crazy. Plot twist is insane. The double plot twist is insane. The triple plot twist. Anyways, back to multiple films. We have, like I brought up before, the Mechanic movies. Those are the ones that I watched before you know, this video. The Mechanic and once again, Mechanic Resurrection, because they just dropped the for some fucking reason. Honestly, two decent movies. You know, it's kind of similar to the fact it's like, if you just like suspend your disbelief just a little bit, these are pretty okay movies. You know, though, I mean, even without like the suspension of disbelief, they're okay movies. I can honestly put them in B tier. Like, maybe Resurrection is a little lower, but I do think Mechanic was pretty solid. There's also the fact that Jason Statham, for some reason, really loves like these like mundane ass, like, maybe not mundane, but these like very on the nose titles for movies, and like, I guess plots and scripts and shit, you know. Anyway, one-off times again. First one, we have A Bank Job. Honestly, just if I'm gonna keep it 150 with y'all, I did not like this movie. I just didn't feel it. Acting just felt very fucking stiff to me. I don't know what it was. It was just not vibing with me. F tier. First F tier on the list. God damn. Following that up is Blitz, which, you know, better. Not like crazily better, but better. Jason Statham, honestly, in this movie felt like stupid restricted. Like, both figuratively and literally. Like, you know, story-wise, brother was like not involved through like half the movie, and he was quite literally physically restrained from doing anything like for a good portion of the movie. So like, oh, okay. By the way, they're hunting down a cop killer. They're hunting down a cop killer as a cop, and he C tier, low C tier, very low C tier. We're just gonna move on. We're not even gonna talk about that. Following that up is another C tier movie, but hold on now. We have Death Race. This one, just pure, like, just ludicrous lunacy on wheels for an hour and a half. It also has Tyrese Gibson and Ian McShane. So, C tier. Like I said, C tier. It's okay. I don't think I can, like, for the life of me, put it above The Beekeeper, because actually I can put it above the I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. It was For the Life of Me. Not really though, but like yeah. Next up is Chaos, which, you know, I'm gonna say off the bat, why in the absolute fuck is this rated the same way, or as the exact same, by the way, the exact down to the decimal point same as Death Race? You know, I said I didn't care about IMDb ratings, but like, this one's just stupid. Why? This one's clearly a better movie. What are y'all niggas talking about? I don't know, y'all just wrong for this. Chaos is clearly a B tier movie. Maybe, I mean, at least in a tier list format, okay? Better than Death Race. Death Race kind of fucking blows. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're looking for an actual fucking story, this has it. Why? I don't know. Sometimes I hate how dumb, you know, like, professional movie critics are, because you just suck at your job. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how am I mean, I can't really say that. I was gonna say something crazy and actually, like, dunk on them harder, but like, I'm just gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go for today. Anyway, following up, Chaos is another movie that is challenging my favorite movie of Jason Statham's, which is Revolver, bro. This movie honestly reinforced the fact to me that Jason Statham can fucking act, and he's just not going crazy upon his acting skill for some reason. Not to disrespect him in any way, but this movie was stacked in both talent and just like raw, like, good writing. This movie had Ray Liotta, the late great Ray Liotta, bro, Andre 3000, GOAT, and Vincent Pastor, bro, and Mark Strong. And also Jason Statham had long hair. So very interesting movie. Very interesting movie. S tier. They're fighting for it up there. They're fighting for my favorite movie up there. I'm not gonna lie. Continuing on, I just wanted to, like, you know, slide this one in here. We got Parker before we jump back into the ones with sequels. Parker, all right movie. And to be fair, this one also had, like, J-Lo in it, and damn, is she fucking fine, bro. It's always a good time when, you know, we see J-Lo on the screen with her big ass, bro. I mean J-Lo and her ass on the screen, you know? It's like, it's just a good time, bro. It's just a good time. And this one just has that. But if I was rating this movie solely off the fact of how good J-Lo looks in blue panties, this movie would be a fucking S tier, man. Like, let's keep it a fucking stack. This movie would be an S tier. However, I can't do that as much as I want to. As much as I'd like to see J-Lo in blue panties once again, I could do that. But as movie experience, overall movie experience, Parker was a B tier with a heavy influence of J-Lo ass on my screen, which should be bouncing on my face, but like, I digress. Anyways. All right, next up is Crank and Crank High Voltage. All right, let me break this down. I thought Crank was insane, like, right after watching it, right? We got ass, we got titties, we got guns, we got car explosions, we got explosion in general. But High Voltage, though, it literally has a scene where we watch fake titties deflate after someone shot them, and we see the silicone just ooze out of them and shit until they're just like nothing. This is in the first 25 minutes of the movie. 25 minutes. Ridiculous. 25 minutes of the movie. Frank, C tier. C tier movie. Above Death Race for sure. And High Voltage. B tier. B tier. Hands up. Hands up. All right, we only got one more duo of movies, so we're gonna slam a bunch of the movies out right now and then do some after I talk about the last duo of movies, okay? So we might as well talk about my favorite Jason Statham movie, which, you know, was highly challenged in this movie watching experience, because obviously most of these I watched for the first time this month, and I'm not even putting these on like the normal like what movies I watched this month list, because I'm making this list. I still watch like a decent amount of other movies, but not enough for a big full tier list. So I'll be ranking anime next time for the 30th. So yeah, so this should go up on the 28th. This should go up literally 29th maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided. You just have to see. Whenever this drops, it dropped. If you're seeing it right now, if you didn't know, by the way. But favorite Jason Statham movie is Wrath of Man. I love this movie. It might not be his greatest movie in terms of like acting, in terms of like script, in terms of like just editing or whatever. I just very much love this movie. I got nothing else to say about it. Hard to come off right after this movie. Hard to basically just continue off of that. Hard to come. You know, it's also hard to do that, you know. We got Homefront. Okay, that was an unintentional cut. It just happened. Homefront is following up after my favorite movie. It was all right. Wasn't the greatest, though. It did have people like Frank Grillo, Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs, and Winona Ryder, as well as the fine ass Rachel LaFleur. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's hot. Okay, she's hot. At least to me, anyway. She's hot. At least in, when did this movie drop? Like 20 like 13. Yeah, she was hot in 2013. I don't know if she's still hot because I didn't look. Yeah, B tier movie. I'll put this up above Frank because this actually had some story in it, you know, some substance outside of just insanity. Next though is quote unquote based on a true story. So you always gotta take based on a true story, especially movies, with a grain of salt. And Killer Elite, glad you didn't believe it, because it's most likely not real. Because I don't know all the specifics. I just know what I read from very, very limited Google researching. And basically, this is loosely based off of a novel by some German, whoa, European, but not German, okay, some British guy that said some SAS members said it was true, but like the actual SAS and the families of the SAS members that were, you know, named in the book have denied this being true. Though we can't say it's impossible for the SAS to just straight up be lying, and also, you know, the families of these people to be lying, because obviously government and government pressure to shut the fuck up. Though, I mean, Robert De Niro in here, he was pretty cool. Though, movie outside of that, pretty whack. Pretty whack. Badass D tier. Fat D tier. Just didn't like it, bro. Just did not like it. Though, I mean, next one I liked a little bit more. But if you particularly like Russian mobsters, the triads, corrupted police, just the whole thing, and Jason Statham, that is also struggling with a New York accent for an hour and a half, this movie is for you. Lacking movie though. C tier. It's still better than The Killer Elite. That's all I gotta say. There was some like substance of stuff going on here, but it was not great. Anyway, moving on. We have Snatch, and we're gonna insult some pikeys, bro. I don't know any pikeys, but you know, that's what they do in the movie. Anyways, we got Statham, we got Brad Pitt, we got Stephen Graham, Alan Ford. Basically all fucking around for an hour and 40 minutes. Benicio del Toro was in here. That's not how you pronounce his name. Benicio? No, it's Benicio. My fault, gang. It was pretty funny, though his role was pretty short. Maybe not short, but more like he had not a lot of screen time because his character got, you know. As for, you know, Jason Statham's highest rated movie, kind of disappointed. I feel like my favorites are better, but obviously, you know, people can be wrong. That's fine. I'm fine with that. A-tier movie though. It was really funny. Though not no Revolver, not no War, not no Wrath of Man. All right, final duo before we just talk about the rest of the slop, I guess. We got The Meg and The Meg 2, The Trench. Ass, both of them. If you turn your brain off and just actively don't think about anything, like just like wire your brain to a certain, like, I don't know, like a certain wavelength, then this movie is amazing to you, bro. This would probably be like a C tier if like I took this with like The Meg though, if I was just thinking about that, like nothing else, then this would be better, but it's not. But yeah, next up we have 3 movies, as you can see, and they're all not great. First up, we have a wild card. Jason Statham's character is named Nick Wilde, and the only other Nick Wilde like fictional character just has to be in a furry ass movie, bro. You know, Zootopia's like actual garbage ass movie, bro. It just has to be that fucking fox bastard, bro. So it's just like it took me a minute to realize. I'm like, oh, why have I feel like I heard the name Nick Wilde before? Oh, because a lot of furry fucks like that. I can't say you, because maybe there's a high chance maybe you furry fucks aren't watching this video. D tier. It was basically about how Jason Statham could kill people with anything but a gun, because his character don't use guns apparently. Next up is a movie that has 2 names, because it was called Hummingbird in the UK and was changed to Redemption in North America, because obviously got to keep the image of Jason Statham only does action movies, which again, this is an action movie. a not good action movie. Honestly, boring action movie, and did not resonate with me all. That did not resonate with me at all. Holy fuck. Speak? I'm looking at my character moving. How about you fucking speak next time, you fucking dumbass? F tier. Ass. Just like, there was no need to change the name of the movie. I guess maybe because of, like, it's like, oh, the image, Jason Statham only. Dude, you play a fucking ex-military individual in this movie. What are you talking about? And you fight niggas. You shoot niggas. Like, this is a very obvious action movie. If you're in it, it's an action movie. Sorry for getting heated. Last movie, sadly, has to end on like a terrible movie as well. We have Operation Fortune, another F tier, and my goodness, did Aubrey Plaza make this movie literally almost unwatchable for me? She's so fucking annoying, bro. Her like, I don't know if it's just her or her character, the script that she was given. Either way, you will never catch me watching this fucking movie again. Like I said, fattest F tier ever. Well, that's my list. Let me know what y'all thought about the list down below in the description. Ooh, I started pronouncing it. I caught myself. The comment section. I'd love to hear thoughts and opinions, because obviously everyone has different opinions. Different opinions. I should have just said that. I said should have just tried not to act like sophisticated, because I'm not, clearly. okay. But yeah, I want to know what movies you have an S tier and what you have an F tier specifically, because like you don't need to make an entire tier list, even though it's like in the description if you want to go do that. But yeah, I got nothing else. Hope you all, enjoyed. Drop the like, maybe consider subscribing. But yeah, I got nothing else. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all later.